Today, we're going to talk about a remarkable life, one that was just packed with purpose, but was cut tragically short. We're going to be exploring the life and the legacy of Tatiana Schlossberg, a brilliant environmental journalist, an author, and yes, a member of one of America's most well-known families.
To really understand this story, we have to start with the fact that frames everything. Tatiana Schlossberg passed away at the very end of 2025. She was only 35 years old. In a statement that was shared by the John F. Kennedy Library Foundation, her family gave this simple, just heartbreaking message. It captures a loss that was felt so deeply, not just by them, but by so many people who followed her work and her life. So, to really feel the weight of this loss, we first need to understand the life that was lived. Let's take a closer look at just who Tatiana Schlossberg was.
Okay, let's unpack this. Now, while she was born into this incredible legacy, the granddaughter of a president and the daughter of an ambassador, Tatiana Schlossberg really forged her own powerful identity. She became a really respected journalist, a celebrated author, and beyond all of that, a wife and a new mother to two very, very young children. Each one of these roles just speaks to a life filled with so much meaning.
And that's what we're going to focus on now. We're going to shift from the tragedy of her passing to really celebrate the incredibly purposeful life she led. This timeline, it just paints a picture of a life that was in full bloom. After she graduated from Yale in 2012, her personal and her professional worlds really just started to blossom together. She married her husband George in 2017, published her big acclaimed book just 2 years after that, and then welcomed her son Edwin in 2022, and then a daughter in 2024. Just one thing after another.
And what's so impressive about her career is where she chose to share her voice. Look at this list. She wasn't just writing. She was reporting on climate and the environment for some of the most respected publications in the entire world. This list really just shows you the kind of platform she earned through her own insightful and rigorous journalism.
And this was her landmark achievement. Inconspicuous Consumption was not just another book about the environment. What she was so good at was connecting the dots between our daily lives, what we buy, what we eat, how we get around, and its massive, often totally hidden cost to the planet. You could almost see it as her own interpretation of her family's legacy of public service, not through politics, but by empowering regular people with knowledge. She made this huge, overwhelming topic of climate change feel personal, feel understandable.
But behind this vibrant public life, this incredible professional success and becoming a new mother, a private and absolutely devastating battle was just beginning.
This right here, this really puts the shock of her story into sharp focus. On one side, you have this image of a life just hitting its stride, and on the other, the private reality she was dealing with. In May of 2024, right after her daughter was born, she got a diagnosis for a rare and aggressive blood cancer, the kind that's much more often seen in patients who are much, much older.
And she fought with everything she had. Her journey through the treatment was just grueling. We're talking intense chemotherapy, multiple transplants, and then in this act of just incredible courage, she shared her story with the world in a powerful essay for The New Yorker, where she revealed her diagnosis was terminal.
And this quote, from that very essay, it's breathtaking in its honesty. I live with the bittersweet nature of living fully in the present while grieving the future I would never know. She just perfectly captured that impossible feeling, cherishing every single second with her young kids, while at the same time mourning all the moments she knew she was going to miss.
So what does a person like this leave behind? Her legacy, even though it was forged in such a short time, it's profound.
Well, first and foremost, her legacy absolutely lives on through her family. She's survived by her husband, George, their son, Edwin, and a daughter who was born in 2024. This number, 2, it really represents the most precious part of who she was.
But her legacy also extends to how she'll be remembered by her friends, her colleagues, and her readers. It wasn't just about her sharp intellect or her fierce curiosity. It was her warmth, her sense of humor, and this unshakable devotion she had to her family. And finally, of course, the immense courage she showed in sharing her most vulnerable moments with all of us.
And that brings us to our final thought here. Tatiana Schlossberg's life was, without a doubt, one of purpose and of impact. And it really leaves us with this heavy question to think about. In a life that was so fully and meaningfully lived, what is the weight of a future that never gets to happen?